So if you're anything like me during these weird, interesting times that we're having right now, you probably have a mountain of creative things that you've been wanting to get to. And if you're anything like me, there's probably a few, or more than a few, that you're kind of feeling a little bit of resistance and not doing. You want to push forward, but for some reason you keep holding yourself back. I know what my excuses are, but I don't know what yours are. However, I am about ready to give you the permission slip you need to move forward. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? My name is Dave Conray. I'm an artist designer based in Southern California, and I'm here to talk about art and design and things. Specifically, what I'm here to talk to you about is the fact that you're holding yourself back, and you don't want to hold yourself back because I told you shouldn't hold yourself back. You shouldn't necessarily just listen to me. Yes, you should listen to me. What I'm telling you right now is that you need to listen to what's happening inside yourself and less about what other people are thinking or saying or doing. We need to get internal here for a little bit and talk about all the things that are holding us back. Let's discuss them. I'm gonna tell you all of the different things that I have basically held myself back on in the most recent weeks, and then tell you how I got past that so that you can take that information and maybe apply it to yourself. We need to push forward on these things so that it can lead us to bigger and better things. Maybe the thing that we are pushing forward on right now is the thing that ends up being the bigger and better thing, but we don't know that yet, so we just have to keep pushing forward. So they can move on to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, but we're stuck right now. We're stuck. There's a wall in front of us that we put there, and we need to get past that wall, over that wall, hop the wall, dig under the wall, go around the wall. I don't care. But we need to get past it. So there's 3 projects that I have been telling myself for weeks that I wanted to move forward on, and I didn't do anything about them until the last week of March. So now we're gonna talk about all 3 of those things real quickly so that you understand that you're not alone in the fact that you're holding yourself back. I do this to myself. And the first one is the one right up on my head. This right here. This new hat. You haven't seen this hat before. This is brand new. I just made this the other day, and it came from an idea that I told myself I was gonna start making more hats. Now, a while back, I created another hat. It was really kind of janky old hat that I wanted to do something with. I had to paint over a logo that I didn't like on there anymore, so I painted it. Hold on. So this was my first studio hat, and I wanted a studio hat so that I would stop doing the thing where I'm painting and then take my dirty hands and run them through my hair. So I wanted a hat to wear so that I didn't do that to my own hair. So I made this hat. I basically just a bunch of spray paint, and then I wrote paint all the things on top of there, and really it was a utility hat. I have a hat that I wanted to turn into a new studio hat, which is this hat right here, and I told myself I'm gonna make a new studio hat, but I'm also gonna make hats for other people, because people would say, they would see this hat, they would say, hey Dave, I like your paint all the things hat. Are you gonna make other hats? Yeah, maybe I'll do hats. Maybe I'll do hats. I suppose I could do hats, and I just didn't. I didn't do hats for whatever reason. I was afraid or worried or concerned that I'd mess it up, because you invest in this hat and then you go and you ride on it, and if you mess it up, well then it's toast. It's basically history, and you have to, it's not a thing where you just it's not like a canvas where you just paint over it again. It's not like that. And so I held myself back from it until about a week or so ago, when I just said, screw it, I'm just gonna order one from Amazon, so I order a hat from Amazon, and then I get up on a live video on one of my social platforms, and I'm basically like, well, I told people that I was gonna do this, so let's do this. This one's still a work in progress, but I started. This is it. This is the brand new hat. But I didn't want to just jump right into it, so I made my own hat first, and then I started making this one too. Now, this one's got some ways to go, and this one it's good enough for me. I dig it. And now that they're done, I feel better about it. I feel better about this, so now every time I get into a new hat, I'm going to be more confident in that. And the other thing is now that I've shown people that I can do that hat, or this hat, or any hat, now they're gonna be wanting the hats more often. Maybe they will, but I've had people asking me, hey Dave, when can I get my own hat from you? That wouldn't have happened had I not sucked it up and pushed myself forward. The second project that I kind of held myself back from a little bit was this idea I had. A popular word that's being tossed around right now is respirators. So the medical breathing devices that all the hospitals are trying to get more of so that they can save more lives. Something about that word just made me think to myself, that is such an interesting word. It would make like a really great band name. I actually did some research on this, and there actually are some bands out there that have that name, but I decided, I want to make a band logo based on that thing, because it just sounds like a really cool thing to turn into a band name. But at first, I decided I wasn't gonna be the one to do it. I kind of told myself in my head that I'm not a logo designer. Logo design is not my thing. I'm a communication designer. I can do books, I can do magazines, I can do posters, I can do all that stuff, but logo design isn't really my thing, so this should be somebody else's deal. I posted something up on Twitter saying, hey, somebody should make a logo about this, and then I got all these weird responses about that, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? It's time that I get off of the horse and go forward with this project. So I turned it into this right here. But something about that logo wasn't quite enough. I needed a little bit more. I needed a little more punch, need more thing to it, a little more connection to it. And so I went and did this version here. I really dug that, and so then I took that design and I added it up to my Redbubble page so that I could maybe sell a t-shirt or something like that. Loaded it up and somebody bought a sticker. Now, sticker's not that big a deal, but that person didn't buy anybody else's sticker, they bought my sticker, and it wouldn't have happened had I not put that logo up there. I was telling myself this story that I'm not a logo designer, and I wasn't gonna push forward, and then after all these people came in on Twitter and said all these kind of like really crazy and asinine things, there's some really thirsty logo designers up on Twitter right now, let me tell you. All these other people are clamoring to get to me, to do the job for me, and none of them read in my bio that I'm actually a designer, and so I was just like, you know what, this irritates me, so I'm gonna push forward. I let the irritation finally be the catalyst to get me to push forward. But I really didn't need that to push forward because everything I truly needed to do to get the job done was already there. I already had the design skill, I already had the software programs. All that I really needed was the push internally to get myself out of my funk and into the work. Now, the third project is something that I can't actually show you yet because it's a little bit in progress, and it's kind of like a bigger deal than just showing you a picture of something. What it is right now is a journal for kids about achievements and goals and things like that. And this is something I just had this idea that I wanted to do. I wanted to make this journal for kids, and I just kept telling myself, well, I don't know, yes, I'm a parent, but I'm a teacher. I don't know how to motivate kids. I have a hard enough time getting my kid to do anything. Who am I to tell somebody else's kid to do something? I told myself I wasn't gonna push forward, but then I was like, yes, but no, but it's like the thing. But here's the thing. I've been wanting to teach a course on how to self-publish your own products as a designer. And the main thing I needed before I could even start was to have a project to produce so that I could then film it as a course. So not only am I holding myself back from this journal project, but I'm holding back this course project because I won't do the journal. Or at least I wouldn't do the journal. Now I'm doing the journal because I finally got off my ass and said, you know what, Dave? All these other stories that you're telling yourself, they're false. All these fears that you have about why you can't do it are false. There's absolutely no reason whatsoever that I should be holding myself back from creating these things. I have the ability, I have the appropriate software. All I need is the right mindset, the internal permission to say, Dave, go. Now I can already see what's gonna happen here. I'm gonna get this journal project finished, and then I'm gonna get to the point where it's time for me to start working on the course, and then I'm gonna try and find some reason to not do it after all. That is the problem. I can already anticipate my own actions. If I can already anticipate that action, then maybe instead I should anticipate the answers to the problem. I should anticipate that when I come up with these excuses, that I already have an answer to the excuse. When I say, everybody else does courses, why am I good enough to be a course creator? Somebody really gonna wanna learn from me? People really care what I have to say about anything? Do they really think that I can teach them to do these things? And really the answer to any of those questions is yes. People do care. Do millions of people care? Probably not. Do thousands of people care? Maybe not. Do maybe 10 or a dozen or 20 or 30 people care? Maybe. And that would be enough for me. If I had one person take the course and say that it was great, I'm gonna share it with my friends, then that would be a win. It's easy for me to say that right now, but as I'm in the throes of making that course, I have to remind myself of that. Because I keep thinking to myself along the way, oh, what if nobody loves me? But look, this isn't about me and my projects. I mean, yes, this video is about me and my projects, but really what this is that I know I'm not alone in this. I know that there's some of you right now who are saying to yourself, like, I can't finish this project because of blah. We have our excuses, we put them in front of ourselves as walls, and say, I can't get over that wall. We made the wall. And if we made the wall, we can knock down the wall. Because we put it there, we can fix the problem. This whole thing reminds me of these cans, and when I started making these cans, some of you may not know that I do this, but basically I take these old cans that I've used on other things and I turn them into art. When I first started doing them, people didn't know how to receive them. People didn't know what to think of them. People thought, why would I buy that? At first I was like, God, man, I'm making all these cans and nobody cares. And I was really starting to feel bad about myself about it, and I was really about ready to just toss them all. And then somebody bought one. And then I started talking about them more, and somebody bought more. Now they are the single most popular thing that I make. And it's only because I made the investment. I decided to push forward on the thing that I wanted to push forward. I didn't give up on it. I didn't tell myself any excuses. I didn't let the bad juju in. I kept the good juju, and I kept pushing forward. Am I selling the pants off of them? No, but I'm selling enough to make it worthwhile. To know that as I continue to grow on my different social media platforms, as I grow my awareness, as I grow my reach with all these people, then they start to understand that this is what I do, this is my thing. More people are gonna buy. More people buy, then the more I'm gonna make, and the more I'm gonna charge, and the more I'm gonna produce. And the next thing I know, I'm building courses on how to paint cans because somebody wanted to know how to paint cans, and I already made courses before, and now I don't feel uncomfortable about making courses. I don't feel uncomfortable about making cans. I don't feel uncomfortable about making hats or logos or whatever. At least that's the theory. So I'm giving you the permission to hop the wall, to go around the wall, to climb underneath the wall, to knock the wall down. Pretend there's a piece of paper here. This is your permission slip. It's time to push forward. We've got nothing better to do. We're just sitting around in our homes and our studios or whatever, not doing anything else. Make the thing and get it out there. By the time you see me next, if you go to my website, you're gonna find that there's more cans available. There may be more hats available if they don't all sell. There may be other things available on my Redbubble page. There may be other stuff available. There might even be the preliminary ideas of a course on my website by the time you see me next. If not next time, then the time after that. Because I'm giving myself the same permission slip to move forward on all these things to make this world a more creative, cooler place for everyone. Try to do my part by staying home and making cool stuff. Okay, that's it. I'm out. Folks, don't let the bad things get in the way of the good things, all right? Go make the things, go sell the things, go promote the things, go share the things with everybody. Share them with me if you want. Tell me in the comments below what projects you're gonna push forward on. I wanna know what you're gonna do next. And while you're there making the comments, make sure you like this video if you haven't done so already. Make sure you've subscribed to my channel if you haven't done so, and make sure you hit the little bell thing if you have subscribed, because the bell will make sure that you never miss any of these videos ever again. Yeah, right, YouTube will find some way to not get it in your face. Anyway, my point is, do all those things for me, would you? That would be really helpful. Hey, listen, I appreciate you guys. I gotta go. Remember, be good today, be better tomorrow. See ya.